Right, for Woodland Stud, here after Parade Day, Mr. Andrew Greison joins me. Firstly, Andrew, congratulations on what has been a fabulous draft under very, very trying conditions for the staff. NZB, I think everyone chipped in and done a great job to get get it underway.
Yeah, look, that's one thing about Auckland, you can never predict the weather. It was meant to stop raining at basically 12 and start again about 6, and they got it completely wrong. So everyone got wet.
I'm going to blame Anne-Marie, because when it started, she said, it's starting to lighten off, and I don't think it stopped after that, so it's Anne-Marie's fault. But
yeah.
No, I think overall the staff did a great job. I think the girls out there walking did an awesome job. The horses did a great job as well. I think, you got to be commended. And, geez, they presented beautifully. You must have been wrapped with how they looked out there.
Yeah, look, we were really, really. And, I mean, the rain was there. There's the first major parade for these guys, and there are about a dozen umbrellas everywhere, and they pretty well took it in their stride. So that's a full credit to Tony and Kelly and Dan and Emma and all the other staff. Danny, I could keep on naming one after another, and I'll miss out someone for sure. But they're so committed to what they do, and you can see that in the flesh that we've produced. They're a credit to them. Not to Mary, Paul, or myself.
No, and we'll touch on the way they presented and that, and I was blown away. But the one thing I do want to say, you said there before about the umbrellas. Let's not hide it. There were some that did not like it at all, but after a lap, they're like, okay, the umbrellas are going to be here. And anyone that's here, anyone that's physically here, and I encourage people should be here at these parades because you get to see them in this light. They were just blown away. Like the same thing, they understood the conditions were trying. Guys are hiding under trees. Like, it was like blokes, peeking around the corner. They'd be like, what is going on? Yeah. The way Tony and the team, though, have turned these horses out, like especially some of those colts and the muscle flex walking through that grass there, it was just magic to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I was really, really proud of what we've got. Honestly, I was.
Yeah. 28 colts. Sometimes can be a bit daunting, like you got only the four fillies this year, and I did hear someone say, you're keeping all your fillies, but of course you put them through the weanling sale, so it's an intentional mark. You must be happy, though, that the feedback you've had with these colts.
Yeah, look, clearly we sell every colt, so that's the first thing. People say, how come you had so few fillies? Well, we didn't.
They had the weanling sale.
But we had the weanling sale, and as you rightly pointed out, we have some of them retained.
Yep.
And of the 4 fillies that are here at the sales, we'd almost wish we'd probably kept 2 of those to stay on as well.
A bit of a balancing act?
Yeah, look, it really is. I mean, when you breed the numbers that we do, and we've just got to, balance the books, plus be sensible about what we do and retain fillies and racing and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep going with your pedigrees or else you get left behind.
Yeah. Yourself and Paul and Mary, the commitment from Woodlands, you guys love Woodlands, you love the brand and getting the message out there. It is what Woodlands are about, isn't it? It is getting positivity, if you like, and trying to grow this sport, get this sport going in the right direction.
Yeah, look, we're right behind Harness Racing New Zealand and Harness Racing Australia for that matter as well.
Yep.
It should be Australasian racing, to be honest with you. That's always what I think. And,
don't even go there.
So we've always been strong in supporting trainers with the horses that we've got out with trainers. We've always done that. Obviously supported clubs. We're a major sponsor of both countries, and and part of that is that we can do that is just our stallion power is immensely strong at the moment, and we're putting back what people are investing in us with our choices, which aren't hard to follow, to be fair.
No, it's not. There is actually a change at HRA. I think Mr. Dumsley, Tony Dumsley is now in charge. Mr. Kelly has actually gone, and who knows, we might be able to get an Australasian thing. We might be able to get a few blockheads to start thinking about things the right way instead of looking after themselves. The stallion roster you guys do have, though, you pinch yourself moments. We'll start with Bettis. No longer reigning sire of the year, and we'll touch on that in a sec. But just doesn't matter what he does. These horses are amazing, aren't they? And again, these young horses here, some of these are going to go. A couple of them you can say, they're 3 and 4 year olds, and it's exciting.
Well, look, when you consider that he's 28, going to be 29 this year, and he had the 2-year-old of the year last year, and him and got the chocolates of fighting out 3-year-olds. And here he was at a 25 and 26-year-old doing that sort of thing. He's just unstoppable, and he's been great. Not shuttling and staying down in our part of the world has improved him in the barn, not on his libido, it's always been great, but on the quality of his semen, it's really, really good. And so he, touch wood, long may it keep going, because, it's ticking away when you get to his age.
Yep, yeah, but he's doing an awesome job. Sweet Lou, for the first time in 13 years, Betters is no longer sire of the year. That now goes to Sweet Lou, paddock mate. They've got 2 paddocks in between. Do they get along? Yeah, they do, because they come over on a box together one time, actually. I remember that.
Yeah. Like, I think Sweet Lou would get on with anything.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a laid-back, natured, huge personalities type of horse that he's, nothing phases him. Do
you take pride, do you, in the Kenny sit back and say, this has been a great result for us? We've bought this horse who was a direct outcross. You were ridiculed. Then the horse was ridiculed. Hasn't left a good horse. Hasn't left a 2-year-old. Hasn't left a filly. They keep going on and on and on. He's got There's 2 2-year-olds in Australia at the minute. One of those will be crowned 2-year-old of the year. Both are by Sweet Lou. I forgot his name all of a sudden, with Emma and Clayton, and by Summit Bloodstock and Hollywood Strip. Both horses, ludicrous. This horse, terrific horses. He leaves old horses. I Keep Smiling, horse of Jackie Gibson's just a ripper. It doesn't matter what they are. You must sit back now with a wry grin every now and then and say, we got yous. Taught yous a lesson.
Yeah, look, and since we bought him, the damn doctor of the Hall of Fame and all that sort of stuff, and the pedigree's just gone ballistic.
Yep.
And he's just a lovely horse to have, and we're so grateful, with working with Diamond Creek, just to have that opportunity. To be honest with you, that and Seaside, which and
the way they presented today, and one of the girls, I'm not sure, it might have been Clouder from NZB, but they said Seaside Party. They were sort of taking the joke because of the water coming down. There was two Seasides out there, and that's a great thing. But he's another horse that just continues to get higher and higher and higher, and I think people get a shock at that when they start inspecting some of these yearlings. Yeah,
look, and we had a little bit of trouble getting a buy-in to start with him, to be fair, even though he was 3-year-old of the year. But part of that's that, if you take Mac 3, Sun Beach, and then the Sons of, all of those, there's so many choices.
Yeah.
But he's just risen to the top, leading sire of 2-year-olds in America this previous season. And, you just look at the types that he leaves here. There's just the power from behind that he's producing, and the type of horse. Any horseman look at it and say, "Shit, that's nice."
You do it right, you guys. Like, you've got an outcross like Sweet Lou. You've got this commercial line, if you like, this Sun Beach Mac 3 Sun Beach line that has continued to grow legs. Probably stalled a little bit here in New Zealand, but I mean the Aussies loved it, and I think now the Kiwis are well and truly entrenched in it. They want that breed. Then you get a little bloke like Lather Up, and he might not rise to those guys' heights. It doesn't matter. He's staying down here now. But the job he's doing now, he is by a grandson of Better's Delight. Like, it's another one of those ones, no one knows who they are, but it's pretty cool, I reckon, and it's pretty intriguing, to have people thinking about it. He's doing a good job, Lather Up, and he's got 2 that I've seen. He might have 3 in his sale, but I know 2 of them, I will say, I've run my eye over now, stunners.
Yeah, look, he did a great job as a racehorse, as you know. And funny thing is, he's a grandson of Betters, but quite a few Betters mares have gone to him, and
he throws that unique,
and they've been successful as well. So I'm not saying that that's the way you should go, because he fits that market which people want. They want that sort of lower priced, and when you look at his stats. He's 66 foals for whatever it was, 37 winners and stuff like that. His stats, it means that he's a really genuine opportunity for that owner breeder as well. That they should be really considering.
And leaving very good horses, and the oldest are 3-year-olds. Like, they're going to just turn 4-year-olds. Sorry, they have technically just turned 4-year-olds. So, and they are going to get better. A lot of them are big horses like Calexico and those over in Australia. They're lovely horses that people are going to get a shock at when they see them. So, I do think it's exciting. You've got Speeding Spur as well. And there is still some frozen American Ideal.
In New Zealand, there's a little bit left,
Yeah, one of those, sit up and have a look at one of the boys that came through. I was like, that's a Seaside, and then Cam turned around and said the American Ideal, and I was like, oh, hello. Like, he
I think we've got one on the sale in there.
Well, it must have been him,
and there's maybe 1 or 2 down country, I'm not sure. There may be a bit more, but it's not many.
Yeah.
And he's pretty well, obviously, in Australia, once he died, it was the following year that was it finished, and so he's now been over 2 years.
I'll put my hand up. I don't know if he's got straight legs, bent legs, anything else like that, but just to look at a horse walking across a green paddock, and and as I said, American Ideal, and I mean, he's a cracker. He is a dead set cracker.
And as an Australian, you would love him because I think the Australians, in all honesty, loved him a lot more than the New Zealanders did. And for no particular reason. I mean, copy that. Why couldn't you love a horse like that?
My hard copy. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But you're spot on. And he's one of my favourite stallions. I must say, him and Sudsy are there too. They were at Lower Long Farms. And I saw a little bit of them, but both of them just had so much individuality, if you like. It's a random word. And Sweet Lou's the same thing. So I think that definitely helps them as they get older. So Andrew, thank you. Anyone wants to know more about this draft of horses, the girls are starting to change head stalls and that. I think a lot of people leave them. But if anyone wants to, get in touch with you guys here, woodlandstud.co.nz. You're a vet. You're happy to field phone calls, but I would imagine you're happy for other vets to come on and inspect these horses anytime.
Absolutely. I mean, we've always been transparent. And the other thing as well is anyone will test who we're sellers. We have a horse that we bring home. It's not for the fact that there was too much money involved. It's just that we never had a bid. And that's a rare occasion. So
And you are sellers. You put reasonable reserves on. I will give people the heads up. Get in the sale ring early if you like an early one of the Woodland Stud, because you guys will put a reserve that tell people they're for sale. Like it's a little sneaky one that I've noticed that they're on the market and people go, well, we've got to buy it because there's no dealing out the back. They're on the market and they get sold. So that's a part of it. Mate, thank you. I'm going to catch up with Paul and Mary a bit later on tonight. They've been looking after me in the hospitality, but the hospitality from Woodland Stud and all the other farms too, Brecken Farms, they've been amazing as always. The Kiwis, the way they look after you, so I really appreciate it. But congratulations on this draft. Get paid to promote Woodlands. It's easy to do when you put this up on the canvas. I think it's just outstanding. So well done to you guys. I think the farm and the staff, everyone behind the scenes, has just done an amazing job.
Thanks very much, Paul. Very grateful and very proud of what we've got this year.
You should be indeed. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.